Ladies, gentlemen, and BB Warriors, the moment is here. Tickets are now officially on sale for the second round of the 2026 New Zealand Airsoft League National Championship. This is where the best of the best come together to push their skills to the absolute limit and earn crucial points in the pursuit of being crowned a national champion. Not keen on competing? Not a problem, as we have the disrupted team option for all you casual wildcards out there. The second round is being hosted at our exclusive Auckland venue. Secure your tickets now. Players, spectators and supporters are all welcome. Head to specialeffects.co.nz to secure your 2-day pass. Free on-site camping both Friday and Saturday night. See you in Auckland for round 2 of the 2026 National Championship.
Specific game style. Yeah. Like she looks good in it at Faction Wars because that was how they dressed. I think they look gay otherwise.
Yeah. So glad we're recording right now. I've got to have a chat with Sheed later on today.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay? So we need to take that video and splice it into like he's talking about AKs. And he's
Yes.
like,
You mean this one? Yeah.
No, man, that's gay.
No, it's not.
I think we should. Yeah, they're real heavy. AKs, all of them. They're all
Like
really heavy.
3.8 kilos was the one that I was looking at.
Yeah, it depends. I think G&G, I could be wrong. G&G definitely does some lighter versions, but I think it's for using like aluminium versus steel. But yeah, if you get like a steel version, like that one up there is heavy. The PP19s are good.
Yeah. The ones that Unlimited just stocked are very heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all pressed steel and
Very
timber
heavy.
and yeah. I mean they're like, you're not going to break them.
Yeah.
But like I had an AK-12 and they're just heavy. You just get, yeah. And if you do like Milsim and things like that, you're just like, oh fuck.
That old M4 of mine was like 4 kilos as well.
Holding it up.
I'd be fucked at the end of the day, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, so they're a vibe. They're definitely a vibe. But the PP19s are good because you got, it's like if an MP5 and an AK had a baby. So you get the whole AK vibe, but you get a mag well.
Yeah.
And yeah, clipping in an AK mag is definitely part of the AK vibe.
It's gay.
But it's gay.
Mega gays on them.
Still gay.
And the PP19s are they're really well balanced.
Yeah.
So they're heavyish, but they're balanced. And we've had like the M203 boss units on the PP19s, and they're still. So that was the other problem. I took my AK-12 to MIA-7, and I had a boss unit on the front of it, so M203 grenade launcher on the front of it, and because you have to rock that mag forward to get it out, you have to have the grenade launcher quite far forward to just give it that space. And so you basically got heavy gun, and then you got this heavy thing all on the front.
Yeah.
It was horrendous. But with the PP19s, because of their balance point, you can put a M230 grenade launcher or boss unit, whatever it might be, and it's still really nicely balanced. It doesn't feel like you're holding the world up with your one hand, trying to look for an optic. So, yeah, hence, John already had a PP19, and I originally thought they were shit until I used one for MIA NERSC, which was, have you guys heard about that event?
No. Where is it?
So it's a one-off MIA event, that was done in central Auckland. Like, you could see the Sky Tower out of one of the windows, and it was an old office building, so multi-story office building. And Benno, jacked it up so we could go do like a 2-day milsim event in a office building. So I think we had like 3 stories.
That's it.
Dude, I've never been shot so many times in my entire life. I reckon like those 2 days was like this being shot over 12 years. like it was like waves. We were literally doing waves and waves and waves and just getting pounded. Yeah, it's definitely an experience. Yeah, it was pretty wild. But sadly, it's just a one-off.
Yeah, we need more venues like that.
Yeah, well, you know, whether you know, people enjoy MIA or not, the reality is that series has never. So every single one of them is done at a different field. So they're up to MIA 7, 8. But they've done other events in between, which they haven't given it a number associated to it. And every single one of them's been at a different venue.
That's cool.
Yeah, and Albany was one of them, which was the old university. And that is, like, hands down the best urban AO that we've ever had, full stop.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's cool.
But it's gone now.
Sad face.
But but the interesting thing about it is, because Benno runs every single event at a different venue, he only did 1 2-day milsim at that venue. It got used a lot for like day games and skirmishing and things like that. And we were really fortunate that when he did that milsim, it was when they first took over and started using it for airsoft, and all the buildings were pristine. Like, you walked in there and you're like, every single building, you're like, I shouldn't be shooting my airsoft gun in this building right now, but that's what we're just charging in there and doing our thing, and like the owner didn't care, and so we could just go full ham.
Yeah, that's cool.
But by the end of it, it was super sketchy. It was like, because the venue's massive. It's an old university. It's like the science block, I think. Science and like sports. But it was huge. Like, it would have cost the owner like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just in security. Like, and that's what ended up. It was all fenced off and gated, but people just rock in there and they would just be like pulling all the wiring out of the buildings, pulling the hot water cylinders out, like full ham, like stealing guttering. Like, they were like so there was one building, it got used for the main admin building. It was a 2-story, like, when we went up there for, I can't remember what, one of the events we went there, we actually had our shop set up in this building, and it was immaculate. Had this really amazing staircase that went down with all like glass balustrades, and it was like pristine, and like a whole lot of the guys actually slept in there, so they used it for like admin, registration, and accommodation. And the last time I went there, it was actually the same building we shot the podcast with Benno in. When we shot that episode, I had to look for a room that was ventilated, because like these people like broken in and they'd like punched like holes in the roof. So when it fucking rained, the whole inside the building just fucking filled up with water. And like so there's like the first floor and then the second floor. It's like, we went like halfway down the stairs, and the smell that was coming from like down below, I'm like, I don't think we can go any further. We'll probably just like suffocate in some like
video game
back.
shit.
Oh, it was horrendous, and it's just like, fuck, that building used to be like pristine. Like, it was
sad,
it was like the coolest place we could have ever played airsoft, and we'll probably never get it again. And just all the drop kicks just went through it and just fucked the entire place. Like every single building was just fucked. The last big event that they did there, which was the same event we shot that podcast with Beno, when we turned up, one of the buildings was on fire. And we were like driving, because it's in central Albany. It's like, and this is the other thing. It's not like we drive to this secluded field where we play airsoft. It's like, no, you're in the middle of Albany, and you just like come up to one of the main intersections, just hang a right or whatever way you're coming, and you're at this massive complex where we're playing airsoft. It was really, really cool. But anyway, we were driving there, and because we were there to help set up. And so it's still quite dark as we're going there. We're like, what's that orange glow like in the distance? And Jono's like, fuck, man. Like, that glow is like fire. And like we get closer and closer, and then you start seeing the plumes of smoke. And we're like, oh my God.
Did not think it was part of the Milson. No, they just, welcome.
Oh, dude. I felt so sorry for Beno. Because it's like, because we're like, maybe it just is in the same direction, but it's not that like on the same piece of land. Maybe it's just somewhere else. And nah, it was one of the buildings was like full blown on fire. And I was just like, fuck, what are we going to do? Like, you know, and we're like, we were real fortunate that we managed to get on site. And we were, like a bunch of us got on site so we could kind of like get set up, because like as soon as the cops and the fire brigade turned up, they just shut it all down. Like no one was coming in or out. So like, and it was a massive event. It was like, I think they had like 250 players there. So it was a bit of a problem, because like 95% of all the players were stuck outside. And one of the first questions Beno's asking is like, you know, to the police and the fire department, like, hey, we're running an event here today, like, and they're like, not right now, you're not. And but like, it was just really, really fortunate that the venue had got to a stage where like the owner was like, I don't care, like that the building burns down, like just put it out, I don't care, like just do what you have to do. And so, because normally for like the police and fire, they would then do, you know, they'd put the fire out and then I'd start a full-blown investigation.
Yeah.
And that would be it. But luckily, because the owner really didn't care, they were able to kind of hit fast forward on that one and kind of like push it through, and we still managed to get half a day playing there. But it was, man, it was not ideal. But again, it's just because you just can't have, like, you just spend so much money on security for people out the gate. Like, and that was the same problem with Patea. We used to play down at the old wharf in Patea, and if you
I saw some videos of that.
Yeah,
it looked awesome,
watched our previous episode, we kind of like did a bit of a talk about it. Yeah, me and Jono put a lot of time and effort into making that venue work.
Yeah, you punched holes in walls and shit.
Dude, like we were like days cutting like thick concrete walls with a concrete cutter. Like some of the walls you had to cut from both sides because the saw wouldn't go through in one hit. And we did multiple doorways, and we built like because it was had a second story, and you could go up these rickety stairs which we had to fix up, and then up top was it had like a you come up top, but it had no balustrades around it, so it was like real sketchy. So then we like got like balustrades all welded up and dyno bolted into the top of the stairwell, so it was all nice and safe. But it was the same problem. The last time I went, because I used to travel south quite a lot, so I'd pop in there, check the site, see what was going on. And like the last time I went in there, they must have been like, the locals must have been going down there with like trailer loads of just all their junk. And because there was one massive room where you could literally just like go down there in a car, back your trailer up and just dump all your shit out. And it was like, it was just like filling up full of shit. And that was like part of the site which we were using to play. So I just got to a point where I'm like, sorry, boys.
What's happening to it these days?
It's like
It's
probably
falling apart.
it's probably in even worse condition than it was. And that's the years ago. We haven't played there in years because it was just
Go
getting
for a
so
once
bad.
off. Go and have a look, see what it's done.
Yeah, if you want to go have a look down there. It was like, we stopped playing there because it just got too sketchy.
Yeah.
I want to get into the mill in the middle of town. You know the mill? No?
Oh,
On the
yeah,
one way?
yeah.
The building.
One with all the busted windows at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Because it's got an underground as well.
Yeah, it's got the
It's got a
basement.
basement.
It's got the first floor, and then
Multiple
it's got
stories,
second and basement, first, second, third.
But
I think.
apparently, if you get around the back, because the landlord, the owner's just waiting for it to fall down, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably
But what you
let
should
us
do with
know.
it, because it's quite a cool frontage, right, is you
Mhm.
just tear down the back of it, keep the frontage, and just
Yep.
rebuild.
Yeah,
behind
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and
So
keep,
it's like
keep
a-
the original
Yeah,
front.
it's like a facade almost,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah. But it'd be cool to play in it because it's
Yeah.
got basement, multiple stories. It's got a little balcony on the back, I think. But all the supports for the balcony look fucked. Like
Would never be allowed, no.
Dude, it's
No, you'd never be allowed to get in there.
it's so shitty because that was the stomping ground for New Plymouth, like back
That's what I
when
heard.
I was a young buck.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, me
It
and
was a strip
Jono.
club underground, wasn't it?
Maybe after my drunken times. But it would, dude, like it absolutely popped off. So like they'd have kind of like, I don't know, like they had massive bar, outdoor area. They had like massive dance floor, but the basement was like where you go for like, I don't know, like house music and techno and things like that.
Smooch in the corner.
Yeah.
That was the place where you went. Everywhere else, like, was shit. Like everyone would go there, and and now it's just a.
I got
shell
a
of
rose
a
to
building.
fame recently because some dropkicks got into it and used it as a staging for breaking into the liquor next to it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Just opportunists will ruin it for everyone. You know,
Yeah.
if there's $5 to be made and a 10-year jail sentence, it's worth doing.
Yeah.
Just get amongst it.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Need my next hit.
Business opportunities.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Earthquake safe.
I mean, earthquake might do it a favour. Make it fall down quicker so it can get redeveloped. Maybe, yeah.
Sad times.
You
Sad
still
times.
the building I really want is
The one that you sent me.
the old current. Well, that one, yeah, that's the perfect world one. But the most ideal one is actually, it's a bit small, but it's doable. Is the old courier centre out in the valley, Warwick.
Where?
So you know the
What's
valley,
that again? Yeah.
and you know the flattened area that they've prepared for Bunnings and now.
Oh, yeah.
So the old courier centre that was there next to the tyre place and the
Yep.
big barrel.
Is that big enough, though?
Yeah,
I
it's
think
tiny.
it would be. No,
But
the back space.
I was going to say, it is a post depot, so it has to have some
I've been
sort
watching-
of
Oh,
access to
the
it.
depot itself.
The depot
Yeah.
itself. You could do like a 3v3 arena at the back.
Mhm.
Great. It's big enough for that. I was looking at the floor plan. the
Yeah,
other
and then
day.
you have your little office space.
And
your
it's
little
got front office spaces
Yep.
as well. There you go. There's your store.
Yeah.
There's that other building in Midhurst on your right when you come in. Big tower looking thing. If you
Oh,
know
yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking about.
That's
Yep.
also falling down.
Yeah, I just have a thing with falling down buildings.
And there's actually businesses in the front there
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there's two
Little bit
units
higher up,
right
though.
next to it. There's businesses there as well. There's like a
What, inside the gate?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know that.
Yeah, there's a business operating in the front.
car,
Yeah.
car business or something.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening behind it.
But yeah, that would be a pretty cool site. I see it all the time and think that'd be pretty cool to play in. But you might fall through something and we'll never see you again.
Yeah, and who's liable then? Everything changes when all of a sudden you become liable.
Yeah.
You start thinking very differently.
Yep.
And then you have to put up with everyone being like, why can't we do this? It's like, because
you're dumb.
because I will go to jail when you do something stupid. is pretty much it. But anyway, thanks for coming down, lads.
Not a problem.
Thanks for having us back.
Yeah.
Take two.
Take two. But you guys been a bit of a hot topic, eh? As of late.
Apparently, yeah.
As of the New Zealand Airsoft League round 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks
Yeah.
to you, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we just put the event on, but you guys created Deadshot Airsoft.
Yep.
And turned up and performed, and since then we've yarned about you a couple of
A
times.
few people talk about us, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we performed day 2, I think.
So
Well-
ignore day 1.
We just ignore that day 1 happened, and we performed on day 2.
But it's all part of it.
Mhm.
But before we dive down that rabbit hole, Logan, how'd you get into Airsoft? How did that journey begin?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything amazingly special, but I suppose it comes from a combination of my days of gaming and, you know, being obsessed with weapon systems, and then
You're like, if only there was somewhere I could go where I could do this and
but
like
it was like
real life.
Yeah. But in fairness, my sort of 2 career opportunities that I wanted to go down were what I do now
Mm-hmm.
and the army, and I've sort of always wanted to scratch that itch, and
Yeah.
you know, but without the, like, you know,
The real.
no respawn type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sort of made the 2, and here we are.
So now he
Yeah.
slings plastic and
Yeah,
cracks people.
yeah.
And fixes them when
Yeah.
they hurt themselves.
Crack necks and cash checks. That's what they
Yeah,
say.
yeah. I see what's going on here. You're just like waiting in the background for some athlete airsofter to like sprain something and be
Yeah.
like, mate,
I'm
come
your
see
guy.
me.
I'm your
I
guy."
can sort you out.
He's the team doc.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you literally are actually.
Call sign Cairo,
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah.
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 Which took me ages to figure out what it was. I kept going, churro,
Yeah.
churro, and then it was Cairo. I was like,
Churro.
I'm an idiot. But yeah. Has he just misspelled churros? Like,
Yeah.
I love those things.
Yeah.
That's cool though. I mean, like, yeah, everyone gets in for different reasons.
Oh, well, I watched heaps of it on YouTube growing up and things
Yeah.
like that too. You know, back in the day, what was it? Silo and
Mhm.
all those boys.
Yep.
Sort of. I've really liked watching those videos.
Yeah.
And then my partner's stepbrother, he played it like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, he talked to me a little bit about it when I met him, and, you know, here we are.
So why hasn't he come down?
Kids. No excuses. He's been palmy too.
Yeah,
Mm.
Old
No-
balls,
no
but
excuses.
no
yeah.
excuses, yeah.
Yeah.
And I also bought his gun, so he's gunless.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which you don't
That
use
old
anymore.
chestnut. No, you're not wrong.
You just
Sure.
give it back to him.
Yeah.
Kindness. Come and
Come
play.
play,
I'll
come
give you.
play.
I'll give your gun back to you
Yeah.
because I don't like it anymore.
Too heavy.
So, would it be fair to say that forming Deadshot had a lot to do with like your prior experience with airsoft over in the UK?
Yes and no. I mean, the forming of Deadshot was not actually my idea originally. I'd actually toyed with the idea of going solo with the NZAL before Deadshot came around, because I came and played the pre-season that you did up at Tara.
That's right. Yeah, and you were like, "Oh, that's actually real interesting," because you were really like, "Don't know where I want to go with this."
I was really on the fence, and even after the pre-season, I was still really on the fence. Whether I go Disruptor, play solo.
Yeah, because you even did talk about Disruptor.
Yeah, just to
I was like,
really
"Gotta
mess with
compete,
people.
mate."
Yeah,
I have this feeling.
and then it was you mainly. You were just like, "Nah, you should go. Whether you go solo or you find a team." And Sheed was really like, "Come and join Gorkas, rah. And I didn't believe for a second that they'd actually commit.
Yeah.
So I kind of
Lucky.
Yeah. So a week after the preseason, I actually asked Sheed. I said, "Right, Gorka's actually going to play or not? Because I've got to make a decision of what I'm going to do, whether I'm going to play or not." And then that same week, I actually got a message from Mark, who we now all very well know as Shrek, asking that him and someone we won't name were forming a team.
Yeah.
It was originally called Deadshot Division, and that's actually what we competed as NZAL Round 1. And he said, "Do you want to join?" And I was still really on the fence when he asked me to join, and I was like, "Well, who's joining? Like, who else have you asked?"
Teams are kind of fickle, right? Because it's got to work, and I there's that anxiety, right, of like, is this team going to work?
Yeah.
Like, are we going to gel and
And
come together as one?
And that was the big thing for me as well. Like when they asked me, it took me a while to decide, because I was just like, when I found out who was joining and stuff like that, I was kind of like, well, I don't know whether I see that team working together, because there was kind of originally just 5. I think Paul was original as well. So out of kind of the original members that joined, they had a combined, if you removed me from it, they probably had a combined airsoft experience for about 4 years combined.
Yeah.
So I obviously looked at that as well as to...
And not as a team either, because that's completely different from just turning up and playing airsoft as mates.
Yeah, and sort of my background of teams in the UK was quite heavy. Always ran with teams, and you know that you've got to form, not just play well individually, but you've also got to play well together and get on with each other. That helps.
Yeah.
But I didn't take too long and thought, okay, well, let's just give it a go. And then we kind of sat with that number for a while, and we didn't actually play together for a while, which was making me a little bit anxious, because we're kind of like, well, we have no idea how we're going to play as a team. And then we had a few games together, and we sort of, me and Paul would play quite a lot together. And then Paul and I were constantly talking about Logan, about kind of like, what are we going to get him? Like, because he'd gone to the dark side and been snapped up by the boobs. But
all this fighting over team members.
I know.
It's out the gate.
He was a desirable man at the time.
He was handsome.
But he was won over pretty easily with a couple of free beers, basically. So,
it's not harder.
No, it wasn't very difficult. And yeah, we kind of went on from there, and met up a couple of times socially, and talked about kind of what we actually wanted from the team, whether we wanted to compete in the NZAO. That was quite a big hot topic for us to start with, because round 1 was fast approaching.
And again, because no one had been to the Airsoft League,
none of us.
No. So even then, it's like, what's it about? How are we going to feel about it? Blah 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 blah.
And hadn't even played the preseason as remotely as a squad.
Yeah.
Literally completely in the dark about it.
We'd all played sort of... Well, you were probably the closest to play as a squad, because you ran with the boobs at the pre-season. So you kind of got a feel for it. But we were a bit fragmented, and kind of... At the time, we were kind of running around almost solo.
Yeah.
Figuring it out, basically.
Yeah, so how are we going to go to this event and come together and play as this, cohesive team?
Yeah. Yeah, and that heavily weighed on kind of my mind for a while. And I think Peacock as well was on the same page as me, and you had a couple of the other members were getting pretty excited about, we're going to go and we're going to, look at the prizes and all this kind of stuff. And there's me and Peacock going, we've never played together as a team.
Yeah.
And you're talking about winning the whole thing already. And I was like, there's going to be teams there that have been playing for years, and they know the formats, they know how it works, and we're not, essentially.
Yeah, and what have you really got to base it off, other than an easy one would be like Speedsoft, and if you think about that, it's like, oh man, you need a really high speed cohesive team just to feel like you could be somewhat competitive. So if that's really, but the league is very different. But if you don't know that, you don't know that, and you don't.
And we kind of didn't, and I think the first day represented that. We thought it was sort of go there, shoot people, go home.
Yeah, and
it's so not.
Yeah, and it's very, very different. It's a really challenging thing. We've spent the whole time how can we create a brief or an overview that's as short as humanly possible that could give someone that's never been before a really good understanding of what it is and how it's very different from anything else that they've done. And it's just it's real challenging. I've been down the whole AI rabbit hole been like, hey, I'm not the smartest guy here. Maybe AI can like really condense this down and explain it. But it's like, it's even doing that, it's like you can only condense it so much before you actually start missing out on things, because there's like these really like key things that actually like are very key to the thing. Like it's, yeah, anyway.
But I think like whatever you put down as a brief or a summary as to what any event is, and it could be the NZAO, it could be AIA, it could be not MIA, sorry, it could be the triples, it could be anything. You're not going to know until you actually get there and experience it. Really, like truly, you can kind of read about it and you can listen to other people, but until you get there and actually experience that style of play, you're never gonna.
Some of it was almost a little bit counterintuitive, you know, when you were saying at that little first bit, there's going to be gunfights, and sometimes you want to like
not do that,
not do them. And I'm like, isn't that what airsoft is about? Is getting into gunfights, and then
yeah. Well, it's
made
just
total sense.
Yeah, it's just knowing when to get and when it's appropriate to get into a gunfight. Versus, I mean, and you can. Like, I'm not going to tell you not to, but it's like, if I'm going to give you a piece of advice, it would be like, don't get hung up on gunfights.
Yeah, it's about how you want to play.
Even though there was like constant gunfights, but it's like, it's not like, you know, team on team, just getting into these like clashes. It's like pockets of gunfights, and then there's, you know, other people maneuvering around, trying to, you know, get to a certain position without getting into a gunfight.
And I think we learned that, like day one, as we were saying, was kind of a big learning curve for us, because first proper game as a team, really. Like it was the first kind of run out as a team we'd had. We'd done some of the CQB nights and stuff beforehand, but we'd never really, we hadn't been out to play as a full team.
And again, TAR's not really doing events that are really going to... That's kind of like the whole purpose of the pre-season event, is give people those opportunities, and the weather was so fucking horrendous. That really didn't help. But again, like TAR's not doing game days where it kind of really has any structure that's even close to it, really. It's just running and gunning and
gunfights,
objective here and there.
And you know, but that's kind of your regular skirmish days. A lot of players, that's kind of what they want. They just want to get into gunfights straight away and have action for 4 hours of your day. Whereas obviously NZAL is very different, and you could be wandering around for half an hour and not get into any fights whatsoever. But you are potentially gaining points as a result, so it's okay that you're not getting into a fight.
Progressing just in a different way.
Yeah.
Well, it's you're filling, because like, okay, so like at a skirmish day, like what's the objective? Like maybe there's some simple objectives, but you know, pretty much the standout objective is like have gunfights with each other. And if you're playing in that environment but you're not having gunfights, probably be really boring. Whereas like with the league, it's like you might not be in a gunfight, but you're always busy. Like you always have something to do. So it's not like, oh man, we're not in a gunfight, this is really dumb. You know, it's like, well, like, do we want to get in this gunfight? Maybe we shouldn't get in this gunfight, and we need to spend this time when we're not shooting to be doing this, because that benefits us.
Well, we had a few moments where we would just sit there as a squad and be looking at, we might have a couple of us on the map just looking at where we're going to move to next, and where is it worth moving to. And I think in your last podcast when you were talking about it, a few photos of Jono when he was sort of behind us just capturing a couple of photos of us, we were at one of those moments. We were there as a squad just kind of keeping an eye out, but looking at where are we going to move to next. And I do remember a couple of times we saw enemy squads sort of down, which we could have engaged, but we didn't, because we were like, well, there's no tactical reason for us to engage that squad at the moment, because that point down there is already ours. So do we just let them capture the point and then we'll wipe them out and then we'll go and get it?
Recap,
You're like, I mean, essentially you're doing reconnaissance, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think for like a lot of like new players that get into airsoft, you know, they want to just get into a shit fight and just be like raining BBs left, right and center. But you know, when you've been playing airsoft for a while, like having those moments where you're observing another team and making some calculated decisions on like how you want to approach that situation is just as satisfying as, you know, taking shots at them. Because like, you know, once you get into engagement as well, like that's the other thing you learn is like there are no guarantees. Like you're like set yourself up for like the best outcome, but at the end of the day, as soon as first BB like goes whizzing past your head, like that whole plan and that whole outcome you are like hoping for, like half the time doesn't work out like that.
Yeah.
Well, and we had plenty of occasions as well where like we'd get involved in a fight, and then suddenly another squad's coming up behind us, and we were just like, oh, we've now got to turn around and start fighting this one as well. Whereas, you know, we kind of did learn that actually we won't get involved in that fight and we'll move off to avoid those risks.
What kept happening to us sort of on the first day, a little bit on the second too, was we'd get into the gunfight and be so occupied with the gunfight trying to take a point that whether it was somebody on our team or not would come and take the point and we'd be none the wiser.
Yeah.
You know?
So then we've lost the points anyway.
Yeah.
Which is something we learned the first day, and we had, you know, some serious chats with each other.
You're competing against the opposition, but there is that internal, you know, you're fighting against almost your other squads that you work at the same time.
Yeah, they're on your team, but you're also competing against them.
Yeah, because you've got you're kind of the two like championship. We kind of refer them now to being factions, like neutral factions. But because the other thing for you guys is you really didn't have any experience with the skirmish system.
No.
So take us back to the start of the New Zealand Airsoft League round 1. So you turn up to the event at Huntly.
Yeah.
It's a field you've never been to before, right?
Yep.
Camping there.
Yep, camping. Yeah, boy.
Sleeping in the back of your car.
Yeah.
Oh, how did that go for you?
Camping.
It's actually luxurious. I had that set up. It was awesome.
Yeah, yours was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, me and John have got that kind of locked down now with travelling to events.
Yeah.
It's quite good.
Well, you're super cutesy when you get in the back of your van together.
Yeah.
You're very close.
Cutesy is one word you could describe it. We've been friends a long, long time.
Yeah, that's fine. What you do in the space of your own van is whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So day one, we turn up, set our campsite up. We all kind of staggered arrivals because people were working and stuff. So
some of us very eager.
yeah, we had one in particular. So Shrek was super eager.
Yeah, we were like, dude, what are you like? We were in the middle of setting up, and he like just rocked up. We're what are you doing here?
Well, he was telling us.
Really.
He was messaging us on our team chat, just being like, I'm gonna leave because he lives in Stratford, and he was like, I'm gonna leave Stratford at like 6 a.m. and we were like, why?
Yeah,
I was like, I'm pretty sure the Johnnos will not be kind of even remotely wanting to talk to you when you arrive because they're going to be super busy. He's like, well, I'm just going to get there and like set up camp and stuff. And we're like, okay. And I was like, well, I'm not planning to get there till mid-afternoon. So
yeah, which is exactly how it went.
that's kind of on you if you want to do that. And we turn up and he's like, and it was just, they were getting those winds because the campsite was just one open field next to that lake, right? And I rock up and I catch up with you and I just look across the field and there's Mark like trying to just put this gazebo up and the wind's just like pretty much ripping it off him.
Yeah.
And he pretty much looked like he gets it up and I'm talking to you and I poke my head back out and he's taking it all down again.
Yeah, it disappeared again.
Yeah, so I went over and caught up with him and he was like, I just tried loads of times and I'm just going to take it down and wait for someone else to come and help me.
Just wait, man. Just
wait or don't set off at 6 a.m. and wait. So that was cool. So we just got the campsite set up and just got settled really and waited for everyone else to turn up. So it was kind of mainly Mark, me, the two peacocks. Logan.
I didn't get there till way later.
Logan got there real late, and Paul deserted us and was staying with
family.
Was he? He was having to do a
birthday party or something.
It was it was his wife's nephew's first birthday or something. Wasn't that what
we knew he had a hot shower and we didn't.
Yeah,
That's
and
rough, mate.
he kept threatening to give us the address so we could all just bowl up and just like have a shower, and he never did. He was like, yeah, I'll give you the address, and he just fucks off.
Never heard anything.
Yeah. But no, I mean, he stayed late and he kind of, he hung out with us in the evenings, and then he was back there in the morning. It was kind of the one condition we were laying down. We were just like, you just make sure you're back like on time. There's no late turn-ups.
Well, we were a little bit worried about like that NZA as a whole because you had that gammy hamstring.
That's true.
Yeah,
that was like the
behind that,
week before, right? At CQB.
Yeah, a week before we were playing, and we were at CQB, and it was you actually that I was coming after, and
I karate chopped you.
I bowled down your left because you were holding this corner, and I bowled down because I was pistol, and just halfway down, my hamstring just went, and when you kind of feel it, you hear it, you're just like, oh, that's not good. Still killed you there. I got the end, and then
I'm glad you were committed.
I was just committed,
and that you weren't just a pussy.
I saw you and was just like, he's dead. I don't care. I'm losing my leg for this.
It's funny how you do that with some people. You're like, man, like I'll just run into a brick wall if it means I get you.
Yeah, I do not care. So that was a week out, and then Team Doc was just like, right, I'm going to sort you out, and got me hooked up with a quick physio who did some work and strapped me up.
Massage.
Did get a massage. And then first day, Logan had me up in the middle of these benches, just on my front. No pants on.
Shaved leg.
Going to work.
Shaved leg, which my wife thought was hilarious because I got her to do it, and she thought it was great.
Oh, dude.
Ripping strapping tape off.
Yeah, man. Like, anyone that like has any funny comment to make about like shaving any body part when you're strapping it has not had strapping tape on a hairy limb and had it ripped off.
Yep.
It would have looked awesome from like where the actual setup for NZAL was, looking out, and you just got Chris with his ass out.
Yeah. I do. Like, I don't know why no one was yelling, going, "Hey,
yeah,
over here."
So that was an experience on the Saturday morning. So that was pretty much the first thing we did Saturday morning. Got up, did that.
Went to briefing.
When did the serious team conversations start
After
happening?
day one.
Yeah, that evening. So you didn't
really have like right boys, we're gonna go on to the first practice game and we're gonna be amazing, okay?
Well, I think you and I were both a little bit frustrated after that first practice game. Well, I was because I just didn't think we did as well as what I was expecting, and not that I'd set an expectation because I had nothing to expect, but
even if you set, there is no such thing as not setting an expectation. Like, you might think it's a low expectation, but if your result is lower than that, you're like, God damn it.
And that's exactly what it was.
Well, and everybody has their own standard of play that they want everyone to be at the same standard, and sometimes there's that struggle of kind of you've just got to sort of take on board that not everybody can sometimes be at the same standard, and that
we all play different, and I think that was a big point of difference because we'd never played together. We were like, oh wow, okay, we all play quite different. Well, there's some of us that play similar, and then some of us that play very differently. So now we need to.
It's like your style of play.
Yeah, and we need to reformulate that to work to everyone's strength.
Yeah. So day one was kind of we used the practice game to just basically scout out the whole field because we'd never been there before. So we just went full recon. We didn't care about gunfights. Like we'd get into one, but we didn't care if we died or whatever. But most of the time we were avoiding and just kind of skirting around the edges, just kind of checking out where all the capture points were for one, because we wanted to just see where they were.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the practice game.
Correct. Yeah, and then we came off the first practice game and we were frustrated. But then we were kind of like we had a little chat with the team, and then we also
had the real tough FOB the
first one.
Which one was your guys?
Right,
the back corner, not up the hill, but the one by
the bottom
gate,
bottom corner. That's like you go down that track, and then you're like the back. Bottom right hand corner.
Yeah.
And you've got to go straight up a hill.
Exactly.
So that was our first starting point. which we actually found was the hardest point to start from.
And that's exactly why we change everyone's FOB at every single game.
Yeah.
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 Just mix things up.
Yeah.
And then technical issues ensued after that.
Yeah.
Bloody Starlink.
Yeah.
Ruining the day.
Man,
So we
you
didn't
should have
get...
seen how stressed I was.
Well, yeah, no, I could imagine. So we stayed well away. We were just
Yeah,
like,
it's just,
Jono, it's just
Yeah,
going to be a
yeah.
little stressful right
Yeah.
now, so we're just going to stay away.
Because had we done maps at the first game, or no? That was only on the second day.
Second day,
Yeah.
You know what was really interesting about the whole Starlink problem is it's just interesting in life how things happen, because the modem on the Starlink failed, but it didn't fail during the practice game. It failed just before I was setting up for the second practice game. And I'm like, as stressful as it was, I'm like, man, that could have just failed in the middle of the practice game.
Yeah.
And that would have been super fun. So I was like, as shitty as it was, I'm like,
At least it was a practice
good,
game.
Yeah.
good timing.
Yeah.
And we learned a lot from that, which was stressful at the time, but always a good lesson.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess that was that was, that would have been frustrating for all teams. Not that it could have been helped by any means, because you didn't get that second practice game in.
Which again, I mean, like, you guys have been a bit of a talking point because of your performance against all odds. There was a lot of things that were really going against you guys across the board. Like, you've never competed at the league before. You've never been to the Huntley field before. You've got, you come to the preseason, so you'd had some introduction to the
Logan
skirmish
had come as
system,
well. Yeah. And Paul,
but
And
not
Shrek,
the
yeah.
whole team hadn't.
not together. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole team hadn't interacted with the skirmish system before, which is obviously a big part of the league as well. So there was all these like factors that any one of those you could easily sit there and say, hey, look, like, we just didn't perform at our best because this was new or this was new or whatever it might be.
Plus, arguably, you're going up against two home teams.
Yeah.
Which is the Predators and Whiskey.
Yeah, and which at last year's championship were the two teams that were just savages.
Yeah.
Like, they're not there to muck around.
I think like NZAL aside, with the exception of Chris, the overall experience of our squad playing airsoft, not a lot, compared to some of those other guys. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and those teams, and they've clearly played together for a long time because they knew each other really well, and they barely had to talk to each other, and they knew kind of where they wanted to go and what they were doing, and that was very obvious.
Yeah.
And we could see that on day one. So I guess first competition game, we didn't do so well because I think we got tied up too much in gunfights.
Is this on the second day?
No,
this is NZAL.
So the
first
practice game.
first
Okay.
day.
First game.
First championship game on the Sunday.
Oh no, wait, am I getting?
So you did the practice game and
Yeah.
you were not happy.
Yeah, yes. So we didn't do a championship game on day one.
Was that
No,
the
we
three
did.
games?
Sorry.
No, we
Yep.
did. Yeah,
Yep,
we
we
did.
did.
The
Yeah,
first
so
championship games, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
Yep.
did one championship. So it was basically the serious chats didn't come until after the first championship
Okay,
game.
so end of day one,
Yeah.
you've
Hence
done
the frustration.
the practice game and the first championship game,
Yeah.
and it was time to sit down and have a chat.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
kind of just went back to the campsite and just sat everyone down, and everyone was kind of like a bit subdued because we knew we hadn't played very well, and we got a bit kind of too focused on gunfights, and we were still a bit unsure really how the structure was going
Yeah.
for NZAL just in general. Logan and I were talking a lot during the day about kind of like, God, yeah, we're struggling with kind of the format and adapting to how to play it.
Because it's very like competing in airsoft in New Zealand is actually very, very new to this level, and so that's that's one thing to get your head around. But the structure of the league, again, on top of that, is very, very different. Like, I always try and say, like, and I think half the time when I say it, it's like it doesn't mean anything until you understand. But I'm always like, you need to just hit like the full reset button. Like, if you've been playing airsoft for 20 years, all of that is irrelevant right now. Like, just you have to hit a hard reset and just completely rethink how you've done everything. And that's what I mean. Again, that's like every new. So you guys were a new team coming to compete. Like, again, that's asking a lot to get a team to straight away, as quickly as humanly possible, hey, get your head around this to the point where you're at the top of the leaderboard. And I think even if a team came last, their first go at it, I'd be like, you're good. Like, use that as like, you've experienced it, you've got your head around it. So next time you'll be able to lock in and know how to do it. But
Yeah.
you guys sped that up with some pep talks.
Yeah. Some pep talks and some maps.
Famous pep talks that are becoming legend, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was just a real hard, honest talk. Like we all sat down. Logan was kind of just sat at the back scribbling on his phone, and he's doing maps. And I kind of led the talk just to kind of really drive it home that we really needed to change how we were playing, and kind of we singled out, and it would have been hard to hear for some, because we singled individuals out and we're just like, okay, well, this is what we noticed from you, like we need you to be getting better at this, or we want you to switch your play style and do this, and we'll use Shrek as the example, because that's his name came from the NZAL.
Yeah, what was he before that?
I can't remember actually.
I can't
remember. Because you had the 2 swamp points, right? And on day 1, Mark was kind of, he's a slower player. He likes to hang back.
He's not high speed.
No, but he likes to hang back, and he likes taking long shots.
Yep.
And that has a role. Look how the Predators performed with their guy. I forget his name. Vapor. God, he was one of the top players because that was his play style.
Yeah.
And Mark enjoys that style of play, so we were trying to embrace that and figure out where it fits within our team. So Pep Talk came along, and we were just like, hey, Mark, like what you were doing wasn't working. So this is what we'd like you to focus on.
Yeah.
And all we said to him was, the 2 swamp points, they're yours.
Yeah.
And if you want
to
patrol it, just go backwards and forwards. And if it gets a bit stale, spread out. Go a bit further out.
Yeah, wait for someone to take it and then start.
And just lurk.
Yeah.
And that's what he did, and he ended up having a great day 2.
Hence Shrek.
Yeah.
And so all the memes started popping up. Get out of my swamp. And even he embraced it, laughed it, and was just like, this is what I'm doing, and he played his part really well. And the other, I mean, but then we praised people as well, like Peacock Jr., like Cam, like it's just a menace, like he'll just disappear and he'll pop up and waste 4 guys, capture the point and bugger off. And
it was good when you looked at the map, because you had very clear cut objectives of what we wanted the people doing. And Cam, it was like, just do what you want.
You do you.
Yep. Do whatever.
We'll unclip you off the leash.
But
off
you
go.
And to be honest, the future of Cam's play career in airsoft is so strong. All we need to do is get him a decent rifle, which we're working on between us, and he'll be golden. Because the thing that's holding him back at the moment is his hardware, because he can't, he doesn't have a great platform, and it shows, and he can't get better until he upgrades it.
Because overall he ended up placing real well too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think he was one of the top performers on our team, I think, for the weekend. Just by point captures and points. So we kind of split the team into roles on day 2. So we had Cam doing is just being a menace and lurking. We had Shrek patrolling the swamp. We had sort of Paul, Logan, and I were kind of the trio, the faster trio
Yep.
within the team. So we would try and move from point to point, and Logan kind of did a map, a circular sort of map.
Something we could just patrol.
So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
would just
yeah.
constantly
Yeah.
go around in a circle, and if it was already taken, we'd go on to the next one, and
Mhm.
we'd just try and stick to it as well as we
Yep.
could. And then we kind of had Peacock, who he sits in the middle,
Definitely.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
And we really struggled to kind of find his strength and kind of put him in a role that really made an impact,
Mhm.
because he's quicker than Mark. When you see him go, he goes,
Mhm.
but then struggled to keep up with us. So that kind of just evolved for day 2, and he ended up keeping up with us pretty
gonna
well.
say, he ran with us
he was
pretty well.
usually along with us for
Yep.
most of the afternoon, and then yeah, that was kind of our pep talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously once we implemented everything we spoke about and people stuck to the game plan, that we did really good on.
And the
in
nice
my
thing-
opinion, really good on.
And the nice
day
thing
2.
about it is no one took it personally.
No, it was all constructive and well taken on, and
Yeah, yeah. Again, because there hasn't been, like in every other sport, that's normal.
Yeah.
yeah,
Getting rack ups from the coach, your team members picking on you and things like that, and generally it's all like when you break it all down, whether it's coming from your coach or coming from your peers or whoever it might be. What they're saying is, we just want you to do better.
yeah.
And everyone's in the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with competition, what's like the good that comes out of it is it's not like winning, losing, prizes, being the top dog on the lead. It's really not about that. It's about your personal self-development. And what, like, all of you guys would have learnt over a 2-day period, you might or might not learn that in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like put everyone in this intense environment where we can actually really pick you apart, see who you are as a player, figure out like how to get the best out of you, and then just put you to work.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll carry that through to like going to CQB or going to a normal outdoor game, because you'll actually now know yourself better as a player and be able to utilize that, versus because like when we play normally, no one's critiquing you. No one cares. Like there is no objective and no losers, no winners. But like I think competing's not for everyone, but I think also sometimes like a little bit of it is good, because it's like it keeps you engaged, makes you learn more about yourself, so you're not just like walking around in a circle, shooting some plastic, learning not a lot, or it's what you learn is very, very slow, because you're not being put into these environments where people are kind of like analyzing what you're doing. So I think
Well, it's also a mindset, isn't it, about wanting to get better, and my objective always when I'm playing is I want to play against better people, so that I challenge myself and I get better as a result.
And if someone's critiquing you, it's kind of like a hack, because they're like, oh, I found something you're not doing very well, or vice versa, they're saying that you're doing something really well. And you're like, oh, cool. Like, I can, if I'm doing something badly, this person's basically shortcutting one of my flaws so I can fix it.
Yeah.
And
At
then
the end of the day, it's just helping, right?
Yeah. So after pep talks, so day 2 came around, and we sort of put those in practice, and
after everyone stopped crying.
played. Yeah. Logan just gave it to them real hard,
Sobbing.
Yeah, I'd gone by this point. Logan just had his way. So day 2 came around, and we just put it into practice, and I think we were really happy with how we performed on day 2 through both rounds. I thought round 1 was real tough, actually, because it was that horrible muggy morning.
The climate was way
It
different
was
on the second
gross,
day, yeah.
and even the X-Fogs I think was struggling
They were battling,
on that day.
Yeah.
So I was having a nightmare because I wasn't running the X-Fog that day.
Loser.
But it wouldn't have mattered because even they weren't working properly. So no, it was good, and we had a cool starting point.
Up the top of the
beginning.
hill.
Yeah, we were
all good.
bottom of the hill, wasn't it? Where the starting point, and you could come straight up.
Oh yeah.
No, didn't we start
Yeah,
top of the hill,
start
go
once.
down village? Because you had that really cool combat slide.
No, because the spawn point is off to the side, and you go up the hill, or you go straight along.
You would have game 2. You would have been the bottom left-hand corner, and then game 3
by
you
the
would have
track,
been
so-
top corner.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yep. So you did play both those positions.
But yeah, I did have my cool combat slide down,
Yep.
down the hill,
Photo footage too.
which Marcel has photo
Yeah.
footage of. Yeah,
It's really cool.
Yeah, wiped out the beeps and slid down the hill. It
Yeah.
was great.
That was hot.
Yeah, it was hot. Like,
Is that why you cut that footage out?
no, it's in his video. It's in it, and he was, oh, nice one, Chris. Like, it's in his footage. No, it was cool. We had a great, and we really enjoyed it, because I think day one we came off pretty frustrated, and we're like, oh god, are we actually going to be able to perform at this event? And then day 2 after game 1, yeah, we were hot and sweaty because the climate was gross, but we really enjoyed it.
You clicked.
We clicked. Yeah, we started to click, and
We did get a lot of helpful advice from Marcel too, who has obviously been doing this
Yep.
for yonks.
Yep.
yeah.
And took all of that on board too. And
My biggest thing I took from him was he just turned around to us and he went, "You're being bullied by the predators."
yeah,
And when we really thought about it, we just went, "You're
Shit,
right.
he's right.
You're really right."
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Yeah, I've just been watching you guys like maneuver and play," and he's like, "They're just bullying you. They're letting you do all the work, and they're pipping in and getting the points
Yeah,
before you."
well, they're not just gunslingers; they're like real intelligent about
Yeah.
what they do.
And that was my biggest take from Marcel, and which was great, because then the next day we started bullying them, and
Haha.
and yeah, okay, it worked at some points, but they still did beat us to some. Like,
Yeah. You're never going to be flawless. We were just so much better than we were the first day, and it was nice to hear. Marcel mentioned it. A few other people mentioned that we were a different team on the second day.
Yeah.
So that was really good. Really good.
And that's the other thing, right? It's like you're trying to learn each other, trying to click, but then you're like also trying to get to understand like how these other teams are playing, because that's like important too, because they do play differently, and especially Predators and Whiskey, they play very, very hard, and they think very, very deeply about how it is that they need to get 2 points versus not getting those 2 points.
well, they just had some real hard pushes, don't they? Both of them. Like Whiskey had the 2 guys that were rocking around with the HPA pistols, which is all they used for pretty much the whole weekend. But they were pushing hard.
Was it really effective?
I mean, they had some decent range on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just lightweight, maneuverable.
Yeah, and you could see them, like they moved so quick because of it. I guess because they didn't have anything else attached to them. They were just their kit, pistol, gone.
Maybe a few mags, and that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they had the mag adapters on them. So, so
Yeah.
they were moving quick, and it was always those 2 at the front of their pack, and they would be sprinting for points, and then their pack would kind of follow them.
Yeah.
So we and when we watch these squads and we learn from them. So
Yeah.
so we'll take that into round 2 and hopefully do even better.
Yeah, yeah. And Casey's like way more athletic than he's a very like chilled out dude. He's not like super massive.
He's quick,
But he's way more athletic than you think he is. Yeah, we've watched him both seasons now, and we're like, you're a little dark horse, aren't you?
and he can keep going as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. This is a thing. Like, like I know what it means to like, do a hard push and get super gassed out. But I've seen him do like long duration pushes, like, and sustain that for a while. I'm like, Jesus, he's an actual airsoft athlete.
Yeah. No. I mean, but it's good to watch them. Like, and you can see the standout players from the teams, and just see how they operate, and that's what you learn from.
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
And playing against them, kind of is the only way you learn. And we're pretty happy going into round 2. We've got a substitute, so Splats is with us on round 2
Oh yeah.
because Mark can't make it.
Can't wait.
Shrek can't make it, so we've got Splats involved.
And it's a field nobody's played before, isn't it?
So it got hosted there last year, but it's we call it an exclusive field because it's not used for airsoft.
Right.
Other than when we use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
a
you
big
kinda,
field.
So you kind of don't, unless you played last year, you don't really have any advantage, right? Like, because it's not like you can play it every weekend.
You're gonna have advantage in the sense that a team has been there last year, so they kind of know the kind of nooks and crannies. But you know, at the end of the day, I mean, so coming back to round one, you guys placed third overall, which I think is outstanding. Should give yourselves a pat on the back.
Thank you.
But you know, and again, that's going up against so Whiskey Squad. That's their home field. That, I mean, they built that. That's kind of like they call it their CQB arena. They built that. You know, they know it inside and out. But like the great thing about airsoft is there's so many variables that even really knowing a field, and obviously you guys will have that with the final because that'll be hosted at TAR. But because there's so many variables and things work and then they don't work and it's all timing and different things like that, that once you've kind of got that layout figured out, then it's like, all right, let's go to work and see how we can, like, you know, maximize points and how we're going to go about doing that and adjusting on the fly as well. So whatever you guys were obviously doing for round one was very effective because you guys were on the back foot for so many different reasons, and you were going against teams that had hardcore like home advantage. But yeah, coming into round two, it's limited because people aren't playing there. So yeah, it's hosted last year, so some people will have experience with that, but it's really, really limited. And it'll be interesting as well because when we went up any new field we host the league at, we go up there like way ahead of time and we set it all out and we test it all, make sure the system's working as it should. So when we went to the Auckland venue, when we went there, it was like amazing weather. And then leading up to the actual event, it rained quite a bit, so the ground was quite soft. And like the biggest feedback from like all the players was like how hard that was, because everyone's just like, there's some open areas where people were just trying to like run full ham, and they're like, you know, running over like really soft ground that's like kind of like running on sand, pretty much, like really sucking the life out of you. And they're like, oh man, this is so hard. Like, I don't like this field.
It's hard.
It's like, suck it up, Buttercup. It's like, it's what you make it, mate. Like, yeah, but it's cool when we can do that. You know, so that people aren't going, oh, those guys going to have home advantage. That's not fair.
Well, we didn't actually know that Predators and Whiskey were from that field until probably day two, when we'd spoken to Casey and
and they're like, we play here all the time.
Yeah, they came over and said hello to us in the campsite. It was just after you and I had like gone to bed because we were like, no, we're out, we're tired. And I think Mark and Peacock were still up, and I was in my tent, but I could hear them come over and they were just yarning away. And it was only then did the sort of penny drop, and we're like, oh, so this is your home field? And they were like, yeah, we play all the time. Like, I was like, cool. Bring on day two. Let's see what happens. And it's good. Yeah, I mean, I think we were super happy with day two. Overall, real happy to place at least, get on the podium. That was a great result for us. We were kind of halfway through game two on the second day, so the final competition round. I think we were paying close attention to the scores kind of going up 1 week. So we were like, we could get close to the third day. Like, we're never catching up with Whiskey or Predators because they were too far ahead by that point. So it was just whatever we could claw back.
And I think we thought we were fourth. We thought we were fourth when we wrapped up. Yeah,
we didn't think we'd placed at all. We thought we were fourth overall when the games wrapped up.
Yep.
And then suddenly we were wandering back, and I think I can't remember who said
myself.
Yeah, Marcel was like, "Boys, you've made it. You're
Place.
third."
Mm.
And we were like, "What?"
Yeah.
But yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, it's and the skirmish system's great because like for us admin, like we're out there reffing. Like my main job is just like to monitor the system. But with like the live map and like all the live data, like I was super pumped. Like it was enjoyable to watch. Carl from Unlimited Airsoft in Hamilton. He was there on the Sunday. So he said he actually had the games playing in the shop, and they were just watching it during the day. But yeah, I was like, because Whiskey and Predators were like real competitive every single game between each other, and I'm like, oh damn, this is like real exciting to see what's going to happen here. But then when I was watching Third Place, I'm like, oh, the boys. So I was like it's that's another really cool feature about the system is like actually being able to watch the game live and see what's happening, and especially because we can see, like for you guys, like you're very like locked in, like what are we doing, like moment to moment. But I'm like able to like obviously not be engaged in an airsoft battle and just be able to look at there and see how things are like evolving and tracking and see where things are going and because the game from a point standpoint, like they flip quite often. Like it's an hour and a half, and like you'll see one faction are really like hammering, and then all of a sudden something changes and it will flip again. And we've seen a lot more of that with the start of this season because of the disruptor team being the third team now. That's caused when you watch the game back, it's changing way more often instead of feeling very much like just force on force with a little bit of like flanking going on. This was just like everything was moving and things were popping up in random areas because now you've got essentially 3 teams on the field that are just hammering it. But I was pretty excited. And then I just had to be like super quiet and not be like, yeah, boys, woo, like third place.
Yeah. No, you could see that. Like, and I think it did at one point on the Sunday. It didn't stagnate, but it got the map went completely green for a good 20 minutes, and we're all just sort of wandering around like, where are we going? Like, 'cause there's literally no points that we can go and capture. And then you're right, and then suddenly 10 minutes later, like it completely changed. And we were like, oh, sweet, game back on. Like, let's go.
In those moments, you need to really think hard about like where do we want to place ourselves that's going to give us the best advantage once things start changing. And again, it's like it's the opposite of what we've played, right? Which is like, oh, hey, like there's a situation, green team is dominating. We're on green team, so we're smashing everyone. Or, if you're on blue team, you're like, oh man, we're getting hammered right now. This sucks. And it's like, actually, like for green team, the best thing they can do is actually back off. Because it's like you're not capturing any more points. So you actually need to like back away, allow blue to move in, and then smash them. But it again, because especially now with like the third disruptor team, it's like you're like, oh well, like you're watching your front, but then you're like, where the fuck are the disruptors right now? Where are those? And they're such a wild card because with the championship teams, like their main objective is capturing points, right? So there's kind of like a little bit of predictability on how that might happen, and that's the name of the game. Whereas the disruptors they're complete wild. Like you have no idea. Like some of them are like, I'm gonna go capture some points, but then others are like, I don't give a shit about the points. I'm just here to like shoot everyone I see.
Few really good snipers playing disruptor, and it was just a pain in the ass because you didn't know when or where.
One of them was
and they're just completely unpredictable as well.
They went hard on Sunday.
Mm.
Like I didn't really see much of them on the Saturday.
There's less numbers on
less
Saturday.
numbers, and then they came out hard on Sunday, and they were, they were a force you actually needed to be worried about. When you were kind of moving around.
Even on Saturday though, at one point I was trying to track them. To get because I had the sense that what they were doing is just doing these massive flanking maneuvers, and so I'd see that capture a point. I'm like, sweet, like quickly hoon over there. They're already gone, and I was trying to track them the whole way, and then I'd see, oh yeah, they've got this one, and then I just like they were like ghosts the entire time. I just gave up in the end. I'm like, I don't know where these guys are at, but they're like getting stuff done, and I can't find them.
No, they were good. Yeah. Good on the second day. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, round 2 is coming up, 20th and 21st of June.
Yep.
So,
keen.
Yeah.
Yeah, just with one sub, and then round 3 we've got a sub as well.
Oh yeah, so yeah, we started getting onto splats, and then we went in a different direction. But I'm super fascinated because obviously hit like Speedsoft is his jam, and I'm just really I've been hassling him for ages because of his competitive nature. I'm like, just want to get you there, see what you think. And classic splats, he's kind of been like, I don't know.
He was pretty easy to convince. I got him on board with Deadshot, and then he can be a bit of a free spirit sometimes, and he just goes off and does whatever he wants.
He's a gypsy.
He's a gypsy. But then the moment I said, I might need you to sub in for at least one of the rounds, and he was like, yeah, keen, when is it?
Yeah.
Like,
is it more the fact that now he's got a crew?
I think
he's got the boys that are all on the same page.
Yeah, we kind of all run, a lot of the time we're running together at like CQB or something anyway. So
well, I mean, we all go to the same games anyway. So as soon as I said to him, like, do you fancy coming to Deadshot? Like, we all play together anyway, and he'd be cool to put on the roster. And he was like, yeah, I'm in. Like, not even a discussion. He was just like, yeah, bring me in.
It'll be interesting though, because like it's Mark who's out, who is the one that differs a lot from obviously us and Paulie in terms of a speed standpoint. So
we'll have a stronger speed presence.
Yeah, it'd be quite different.
I mean, I say that he's a bit of a speed softer, but the reality is, like, he grew up playing outdoor airsoft. Like, you could actually put him in you could hand him a sniper rifle and a ghillie suit, and off he would go.
Super adaptable.
Yeah, like he's played a lot of different rounds.
Because he recently went to Command & Commander, and he played sniper at Command & Commander. He didn't. He barely picked up his.
In the last game at TAR, I think he played sniper too, didn't he? Yeah.
So it's kind of like the all-rounder. Like, if you need him to do a job, he could do it.
Yeah.
You could just be like, hey, man, I need you to do that. And he would be able to effectively do it.
Yeah.
And if we need him to run, he'll run.
Yeah.
Maybe we just send him and Cam out.
Him and Cam, maybe. We'll buddy them up, and they can just go.
Yeah.
Just don't give Cam his speed soft setup.
Oh,
no.
Cam will probably just shoot himself. Or like... did you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was there for that moment. It was hilarious. It just goes to show you just can't just give someone a particular platform and then be able to use it.
Yeah.
Just picked it up and immediately shot the barrel in front of him. We were like, Cam, take your finger off the trigger. But he adapted to it, and that was my point earlier about Cam is currently being held back by his platform. Like, he can't progress any further at the moment unless he gets a better rifle.
He played with Minivan's second rifle on the second day,
and he was raving about
way
it.
better with it. Way better. So it's clear that it is the platform that's holding him back.
Because he's got used to, like, he doesn't have fear anymore.
I think he chronoed like 0.6 joules or something.
Yeah.
Something
just
very
nothing.
low. Yeah.
That was at the last CQB, he chronoed that.
And at NZ Airsoft.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
But last CQB he also chronoed at 0.6.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and he was just like, He said, I really struggle when I'm at range. And I was like, well, it's because you're chronoing at 0.6.
Yeah.
May as well throw a BB,
mate. You got to, like, start using your gun like a mortar.
Yeah, bring your
just
slingshot
lob them.
No, but I mean, he's got a long airsoft little career ahead of him, which is great, and can't wait for him to get better.
Yeah.
Because he will. But yeah, so the team's in a pretty strong position at the moment. Really, I think we've kind of structured it, and everyone has roles, so we should come out pretty strong. I think in round 2, and take that over to round 3. And we've got other things in the pipeline.
Yeah.
That we want to do and travel, and we've earmarked a weekend to go to Auckland and play a couple of games, kind of do a Saturday and a Sunday game. So I reached out to kind of ASA and was just like, have you got a game on this date? And took a while to get back to me, but they were like, actually we do. We've got a game, so we're going to maybe tee that up and do like a Saturday game with ASA and then drift over to, what's the arena in Auckland?
Arena 149.
Arena 149 and do a Sunday game over there. And then come back. And I think most of us will go. Everyone's put their hands up and said they're pretty keen. So we've got to just lock that in if we're going to do that.
Yeah.
So we just want to get out there and just play as a team and travel as a team and socialise kind of more and become more of a a community sort of based team over a kind of ones that don't really do anything together apart from rock up to skirmishes and sort of play together.
Because is it common or pretty normal to do that over in the UK?
Reasonably.
Forming groups that are kind of travelling around?
I think yeah. I'm a bit out of touch over the last kind of 5 or 6 years as to what they're up to at the moment, but when we were kind of at our...
From your experience?
From my experience. When we kind of were at our peak in my airsoft team there, we were travelling almost every weekend to go and play somewhere. Yeah. Whether it was the full team or it might be 2 or 3 of us, or there would always be a couple of us playing every single week somewhere. Yep. And yeah, that was pretty common. You had a lot of teams because the sites are quite close to each other for one. So we would have within our 20-mile radius of where we lived, there'd probably be a dozen sites.
That's
like
crazy.
And most of them were quite different. You had within that there'd be maybe 2 or 3 woodland sites, and then you'd have one urban, and then you'd have a bunch of CQB sites from different sizes. So we were very spoiled, and then you could go even further, and we'd travel 4 or 5 hours just to get to a lot of the Milsom weekenders and play those. Yep. So yeah, it's I would say it's very common. Well, it was. I don't really know what they're up to at the moment. Yep. Like my team sort of died when I left because when I moved here, COVID hit, and then obviously Airsoft was put on pause for 18 months. And then I decided to move to New Zealand. Yeah.
He's just a star boy as well.
Yeah.
They fell apart.
I left, they fell apart.
They're back in the UK just being like, what a loser.
Well,
He ruined it
two
for
of them are
everyone.
still sort of playing, but just on their own. They're not sort of kind of playing together. And then the other guys have all stopped playing. I haven't seen them play for 6 years. 7 years maybe. They haven't played.
Yeah, Airsoft kind of has a bit of a shelf life.
I think it does and it doesn't. I mean, I paused and stopped playing for maybe 4 years. Maybe, but that was mainly because of COVID. COVID shut us down.
I think if you keep things fresh, do different things, go to different sites, you keep it exciting.
Exactly.
And then play the same place every weekend and you get pretty stale.
And we lost
that's a New Zealand problem.
Yeah.
Because and that's why I kind of bring that whole thing up is because traveling as groups around the country for Airsoft is not normal. I mean, we as a community struggle just to get players to travel down the south and vice versa for events because there's just never been that real culture for that. They will every once in a while for very specific events. You'll get that happening. But as a norm, no.
I think we kind of we were one of the first bigger teams to do it, and we started doing stupid stuff because we really wanted to. We were a good team, and we wanted to really just get our name out there as quickly as possible. So we travelled a lot, but we also did stupid stuff like ordered a shitload of patches once. So we had similar to what I'm starting to do with Deadshot. Is we had really cool PVC patches for players.
Yep.
And then I got a bunch of embroidered versions that weren't as cool, but they were still pretty cool for supporters, like
Yep.
whoever we wanted to give them to, basically. So we just did stuff like, I also got little square business cards done for the team, and we'd go to sites, we'd travel to sites, and I'd leave them in a particular position in the field.
Yep.
And it would have our logo on one side, and on the back it would be like, because we were called the Alphas, and it would just be like, "Are you an Alpha?" ? Follow us on socials and send us a picture with this card.
Yep.
And we'll send you a little treat.
Yeah.
So we would do that, and that's how our socials grew.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
And we ended up getting something like 7,500 followers as a result, and everybody knew who we were.
Yep.
And we'd just send out patches, because I did a silly order of like 500 patches. Needed to get rid of them anyway.
Yeah.
So it was a great way to do it, and we'd just send them out to people, and we'd be like, "Oh, tag us into a post and like take a selfie with a patch." And before we knew it, we'd be traveling to sites, and there'd be people wearing our patches in the games, and we're like, "Don't even know who you are." Like,
Yeah.
But cool, you're wearing one of our patches, and everyone was always kind of like, "Oh my god, we can't believe you're here," and it was great for kind of 2 years. We kind of did that real hardcore.
Yep.
It's a
And
crash
then
of a
you
brand,
needed
really. Yeah.
you needed that crash, and we slowed it down after about 2 years, because we couldn't keep up with every week.
Yep.
We ended up, getting serious relationships. And
Life.
the
Funny, man.
airsoft wives were like, "Hang on a minute, like,
Wow.
want to spend some time with you."
Got to start that group, mate.
Well, yeah. I think you've all seen the video. Sent you all the video. I think it's the airsoft wives game day. Want to make that happen? That'll be funny.
That'd be good.
That'd be funny as.
We just have to pay them.
Yeah. yeah. Have to buy them a new handbag or whatever they want.
That can be one of the objectives.
Yeah, please take notice of my hobby. I'm an athlete now.
Well, you're doing it. So am I. And I'm still married.
Yeah, same. Yeah, and she's been with me almost from the start. I was playing before I met her, but she knows.
Can't change me now.
No, definitely not taking this bit away. Yeah. So, whereas yours, you've kind of picked up the hobby while you've been
She
with
was
her.
also one of the big reasons I got into it. So she can't say much.
Oh, it's her fault.
Yeah.
It was her her stepbrother.
So it's
Yeah.
your family that made me
She
do
said,
it.
"Why don't you start airsoft to scratch the army itch?"
Well,
Her
there
words,
you
not
go.
mine. There it is.
We got that recorded, and
I need
just
to
for whenever
get
she
it
says,
signed.
"Why are you going away again with the boys?" And it's like, "To play airsoft." Here's the recording.
Listen to this.
You did this.
Yeah. What was she? Didn't she? What did you say to me when we were in? When we got to Huntley, wasn't she thinking? She was asking you, "Are you actually going away with the boys? Like, what are you doing?"
You're going to go play pretend army with the boys.
Oh yeah. Well, you're going away to see your other girlfriend.
That's a classic speech.
Have you got
eh?
a girlfriend in Huntley? Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. It's not a place
All
to find a
places.
girlfriend, is it? Not true. There's many lovely people that live in Huntley.
I'm sure there is. Yeah. I only really got to experience the Foursquare around the
Well,
corner.
I had to go pick up the keys to open the gate to the Huntley field, and Casey lives honestly a minute away. I'm like, oh,
Literally
man,
on your
you're
doorstep.
just living the dream, eh?
Yeah.
Could almost just walk down there.
Well, we literally went for a walk, didn't we, on the Saturday night? We went down to the lake,
yeah.
and just had a little wander around. And the place is epic.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, MIA. That's where they hosted MIA 7, but they used the whole field.
Because what did you say that old lake was?
It's a mine.
shaft,
It's a mine,
wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it's an old coal mine.
Because do you remember we walked up to the side of the lake, and there was just that staircase that just went down, and
Yeah.
then you
Oh,
just
yeah.
lost sight of it because
Into
it was
the
going-
doom.
Yeah, and we were like, that's creepy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a cool venue, real cool. You could do a lot there.
Yeah, AWI have 3 fields, and so we hosted the Airsoft League at their Carapiro site last time. So that's in Cambridge. That's an epic field. It's 48 acres, but
Super undulated, isn't it?
yeah, it is. But it's a mix of both. It's basically a valley. So the center of the field follows the valley floor, and then you've got both sides of the valley, and there's tracks going up both sides. And one of them, it's pretty much like a lookout that overlooks most of the field, but it's cool because it's completely natural. There's no infrastructure in there. It's just all as it grows naturally, and it's just this super cool field to play. Yeah, but just massive. Yeah, so literally the opposite of Huntly. But Huntly, but it was cool because it's like Karapiro is very, very big. You're going to be doing very big manoeuvres playing on a field like that for the league. Whereas Huntly, it was very intense and like not CQB, but just the intensity. Even though there was still those opportunities to be like, right, we're going to go around and not, be butting heads with.
There's a great
other
size,
teams.
I think, for the number of players we had on the field.
Yeah.
Oh, it worked really well.
And it was never boring, but never overwhelming because of that size too.
Yeah. No, that's true. So
Yeah,
Deadshot's got a future.
that's Deadshot Airsoft. Where can we find Deadshot?
Instagram.
Across all platforms.
Across all platforms. We're not on YouTube. We haven't kind of got that far yet.
And a website now too.
And we got a website now.
Yeah, well, hey, you might not be on YouTube, but there are very few airsoft teams that have their own website.
I don't know whether we'll end up doing a huge amount with it. It was more just a platform to have the team on it, showcase our socials.
Yeah,
got little countdowns on there for like when we're going to events.
yeah. No, I think it's great. Like we're obviously through like everything that me and John are doing, like we're so passionate about like everyone, like players to like the entire community, like finding these new opportunities and these new ways of doing things. And sometimes all it requires is for one person to, put that foot forward and do that thing. And then, everyone's like, oh, that's cool. Like then they follow suit and then you see like things change. So I think it's real. I think we should always be looking at everything we're doing as let's do it. If it works, fantastic. We carry on doing it. And if it doesn't work, we learn a lesson from it and we ditch it and we try something else.
Yep.
And there's just not enough people doing that. So I think it's refreshing.
Yeah. I mean, it's how I've always treated teams, and I want teams to grow into kind of like a unit where you socialize and you play airsoft together. Like I think that's how all teams should be. You get better if you know each other better. You operate better. You know each other better. You have a laugh with each other.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what it's all about, and that's what airsoft community should be.
Yeah,
it's very noticeable in New Zealand that it lacks quite a lot of that.
Yeah. I think there's been a lot of fear around, like coaching and trying to get the best out of each other because there's a little bit of that fear of like, if I'm too blunt, like I might offend that person or upset them and then they won't want to play and because they come here for fun. But I think a lot of the time it's actually the opposite. I think when you've got the right people that can respond in the right way, like what you end up with is something so much better than if you're just being like, I'm just a little bit too timid to, be that person or say that thing or do whatever it is. But by being like that, you just end up missing out on like so many opportunities.
And I think you can honestly say that, and I know we're all TAR members, but you can honestly say that TAR is currently in a position that it's going to hopefully very quickly reinvigorate itself and get back to how at least I remember it 4 years ago.
Yep.
Because it's kind of been left out to dry for the last couple of years, and that's been quite noticeable. And I think all it's taken is a couple of pretty passionate players who actually want to take things forward and change things to make that happen. Yeah. And it's not taken very long.
It relies on people.
Yeah.
The stuff doesn't happen by itself.
And I think it's currently on the cusp of getting better. I think. I'm hoping.
Yeah, and obviously, and beyond that as well, with you guys having that enthusiasm to be like, let's go up to Auckland for a weekend and go play Airsoft up there, go compete at the Airsoft League or go to the New Zealand triples and things like that.
Which hopefully they do it again. I'm hoping. Haven't heard anything yet.
Do they have dates yet?
No,
They're kind of advertising it.
They did say,
2027.
2027. Watch
Yeah.
this space, but yeah,
It was a good event, so I don't see
Yeah.
any reason why. I mean, I'll just put it out there to Scott that not only do we need one round for 2027, like
several.
we need a multi-round championship.
We can host one.
Mhm.
We have bunkers now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Good addition.
I think once we get that format sorted, that'll be great.
Mm.
I think we'll lock in some day games and actually do some proper gameplay on it. It'd be awesome. Because I think the one we did the other night was a great intro.
Yeah.
Got people just in for the feel of it and sort of how it runs. And of course, Splats took it and won it. But which everyone saw happening.
Yeah.
Splats in 1 ton, of course they're gonna.
Yeah.
Of course they're gonna.
Splats in his
Yeah.
head. Yeah.
And to put it into context for people that don't know what we're talking about, so Tar invested in the blow up
Inflatable
bunker,
thingies, yeah.
like
Inflatable cover, yeah.
yeah, the inflatable bunkers, a whole set. How many bunkers did you get?
48.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a ton.
Yeah. 48, but we didn't get them all out the other night. I think
No.
there was
Probably
probably a
half of
dozen.
that.
Yeah.
No, I think we got a
Like
good
maybe
chunk of them.
2/3.
Yeah.
There's
think-
still heaps left over though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's probably a dozen we didn't even inflate.
Mm.
And we got full field out of it and ran a little
Yeah,
little
dude,
triples tournament.
I was excited.
Yeah.
I was quite happy to get in there with the leaf blower and start blowing those puppies up.
Yeah.
That was cool, man.
It was awesome, and I think all of us were so happy that they were here.
Yeah.
And Shrek had done us a favour, and he did the long drive to pick them up. So he did his 8.5 hour round trip in a day to go and pick them up for us. And but it was great because not only was I excited that we were getting bunkers, I was also really excited that Tar had managed to turn that decision around so quickly. And I'd already put the proposal in anyway to buy some, and then before I knew it, they'd found these second-hand bunkers that a paintball club was selling off. And
Yeah.
I got a message from Gunny, right, we bought them. I was like,
Yeah.
sorry, what?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I was surprised because I talked to Josh about it, and I was like, dude, like we should have the conversation. Like the worst case scenario is the committee says no, so we should have the conversation. I mean, they're there for sale. Let's, the club can have a chat about it, and if they say no, they say no. But if they say yes, sick.
But we ended up getting a lot more for our money.
Oh, dude, it was super cheap.
Yeah.
So cheap.
Yeah. So, and when we got them all out, there's a couple that have got patches on them and stuff that have obviously been repaired, but they're all in pretty good nick.
And it created for a really cool night too. Bit of
For an
social stuff,
hour,
yeah.
like what was cool about that, and what I really enjoy about the airsoft environment, because it's just abundant with opportunity, is it suddenly makes you realize that, oh shit, like all you actually need is a patch of dirt, and in an hour you can have a full airsoft setup.
Yep.
Yep.
And then at the end of the day, you just
Pack
suck
it
all
all
the
down.
air out of them, fold them all up, which took an hour to pack it down.
Yeah. Well, it actually took longer to pack it down than I think we
Always does.
once we figured it out, because what we were just taking the plugs out and jumping on them.
Yep.
Whereas actually we could have just reversed.
Yeah, you just need to suck the air out.
That's it. Once we figured that bit out, it went a lot quicker.
Yeah. But, like for very, in comparisons to doing, say, like a really sophisticated objective game at the outdoor field, which sucks up a huge amount of time, 2 hours for both set up and pack down to create an airsoft field anywhere now
Just with a patch of field
with just
slash dirt. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like, oh, we can play airsoft here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's cool, and it gives Stratford, or the CQB site, a new play style,
Mm-hmm.
and it uses an area that we just weren't using previously.
Yeah.
Because it was just an empty field that we would run down occasionally.
Mm.
But other than
And Speedsoft's never been done at Tara either.
that, no.
So there's that aspect of it as well.
Well, when she did his little chat mid evening, it was just like, never thought I'd hear this say, but Tara's doing Speedsoft.
Yeah.
We're just like, yep.
And you know what? That has come to be because there are some enthusiastic people that are saying we should give this a go.
Mm.
Like, you know, and obviously you're able to communicate it in a good way to convince people to be like, oh yeah, that does sound good. We should do that. But without people driving it, that would have never happened.
Nah, yeah.
Tar's been operating for like 15 or 16 years.
Mm.
So it was never on the cards, you know. And it's like, and now and again, you know, when you get everyone to open up about these different ideas, it's like now people are having conversations around, oh, Tar's like almost becoming like just this kind of like, yeah, it's a club, but it's like it's becoming almost like a club facility. It's like we've got the big outdoor field, we've got the CQB, we've got the Speedsoft.
Does it all.
It's like, oh man, like, yeah, we can, this can be a club where we do have all these different elements to it instead of just being a core outdoor club.
Yep.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
It's great. I don't want to host a tournament already, so
Yeah.
we need to have that
Tomorrow?
conversation. Tomorrow?
I'll be down.
With the dozen players. We're like,
I'll come early.
should just do 1v1s for the whole night.
Yeah. I'll come early. I'll help set it up.
Like they're going into their new home tomorrow. I think that's the plan.
Yep.
So we're not going to pull them out tomorrow.
Mhm. But you found a storage space.
Hopefully,
Bought them a house. Yeah.
yeah. They the showgrounds have been awesome to deal with, and they've freed up a storage unit for us.
Yeah, they have been awesome, eh?
They've been great to deal with,
Super
and I think
catering.
since we've increased our use of the site, they've been really happy with us, and I think a lot of that's down to the fact that we pay rapidly. You know, like we pay next day. Essentially,
It's a measly amount though.
It's tiny what they're charging us, which is why we're so lucky to have it, and we can still maintain $10 for a game day for our members, and
Which $10 is
Nothing.
a measly amount
Yeah, I
to
mean,
play
it's
Airsoft as well.
I mean, you spend a night with your tracer rounds and you've just tripled that essentially. So we've been incredibly lucky with the showgrounds, and they've been so good to deal with. And kind of when I sort of took over the comms earlier this year with them, it's just been nice getting to know them, and I just asked them about a storage space for the bunkers, and they were just like, oh yeah, we've got this cupboard down here that we don't really use, we've just got to clear it out. And I went, oh yeah, sweet, that would probably work. How much do you want for it? Like, obviously we're expecting to pay some rent for it. And they just came back and went, nah, it's all right, you can just have it. You just need to buy yourself a lock. And we went, okay.
$50.
And then she messaged me last week and just went, oh, we've been down there and we've cleared out the cupboard for you. Because originally that was the deal. They were just like, oh, if you don't mind just clearing it out. And just had broken pallets and a door in it. They were just like, just chuck it in one of the empty sheep bays or pig bays. I was just like, oh, okay, all right. And then you're like, once you've cleared it out and bought yourself a lock, it's yours. And then they messaged me last week and were like, oh, we've cleared it out for you and we've replaced the lock. Like, oh, okay, sweet, thanks.
Yeah, it's the right people. Yeah, it's amazing how you can have an interaction with people, and it goes the complete opposite of what you're hoping. But then you have an interaction with other people, and they're just like, it's just like so easy. It's
they gave us
this
our
is
they gave us our own key as well.
Yeah,
we have a key now. It's great. So the bunkers will go to their new home.
Nice.
We hope tomorrow. I think we've got to put a few critter baits down because I'm not entirely convinced that it will be critter free, and we might end up with some holes.
Yeah, you don't want to take that. Yeah, it's the last thing you want.
Yeah, so we'll have a look at it tomorrow. I know Mark's bringing them down in his ute because he's been kindly storing them for us for now. But once they're on site, it'll be even easier to kind of roll them out and put them away.
Yeah. And just see where the future takes us.
And roll on the day games.
Yeah.
We've been playing nothing but night games recently. But I've locked in a couple of Saturday games so we can play during the day and actually see.
Yeah. I mean, we obviously had games during daylight saving, which was nice.
Yep.
But yeah, now that winter's kicking in, it's like pretty much by the time we start playing, it's already dark.
Yeah, we've set up, ready to go, and then it's dark.
Yep.
But again, like before the AMP showgrounds, like playing a night game at TAR was, dude, some years it would happen once, some years it wouldn't happen at all, because I mean it takes enthusiasm for one, but as well, like the great thing about the AMP showgrounds is it's all fully lit.
Yep.
It's got everything. It's got toilets, car park. It's all perfectly lit up. So it's really enjoyable just to go play airsoft there. So now it's like playing night games has actually just again become the norm. Of like TAR's schedule.
Yeah, because even in daylight savings, we've got half of it will be light and then it will turn dark at 9:30.
It's just good knowing you're not going to like trip up. There's no hazards or anything either, eh?
There's no creek.
There was a few,
no creek.
There's a few games where we
sudden
literally
holes.
turned all the lights off and it was pitch black.
Yeah. Well, the VC last game, pitch
Yeah,
black,
yeah.
and that was great. Seeing like
Something different, hey?
Oh yeah.
seeing like 4,000 tracer rounds, just nailing it down that middle corridor was great. It was just a cool experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, more games.
Yeah.
Lots more games because we've now moved fortnightly. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's now a TAR game every single week.
Is it every single?
Across
Across
Yeah.
all
Hopefully,
fields,
Yeah.
So we're running Midhurst every fortnight, and we're now running CQB every fortnight, but alternating.
Alternating, yeah.
So there's an airsoft game every single week now.
Yeah, and I think it works for different people. Like for me personally, like I'd love to just set aside like a whole day to come play at the outdoor field. I do enjoy it, but playing the CQB games, because it's like 6 p.m. on a Friday night, it's for me logistically really easy. I can just go do that, come home at midnight, and I don't
Have your
feel
full
like
weekend
I've
too.
I don't other than my wife like hassling me because like I'm a piece of crap in the morning. But yeah, I haven't lost the entire day or had to say like, hey, look, I'm going to go play airsoft for the whole day. You look after the kids and have her look at me blankly like, what are you saying right now?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so it's good. So it suits, it's good. Like it's great. CQB suits people that can't play airsoft like during because some people working as well. Like my brother works a lot of weekends, so he can't normally. So I was actually hassling him to come play tomorrow night for CQB.
Cool.
I'm kind of like, dude, got no excuse. So unless you're just being a pussy,
Yeah.
not a pussy.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
Yeah,
come
so
to CQB.
So you got like the Friday night, you got the weekend, and then you've got the people who just want to play.
Dude,
every
you could
weekend.
do both.
That's what I'm keen on.
You
yeah.
could.
So
Because but they wouldn't line up, would they?
that's
They'll be
alternating.
opposite, alternating.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, you could do some weeks where we could do both.
We'll do the TAR endurance game where it's like, and you don't even go home.
Yeah.
Actually, you
Yeah.
drive from
Yeah.
CQB to the field
Are you ready
and you
for
keep
this?
playing.
It's a VC from
Yeah.
the CQB.
And you have to walk.
Yeah. Just hiding your gun along the way.
It'd be hilarious because there'd be like, the guy on point, he'd be like, wait, these cars coming, just hide, everyone hide. And they'd be like, quick. And these dudes like running out of the bush, across the road.
Tracer.
Yeah, like people driving, they're like, what was that? It's like,
I'm sure it's just a flash of light
Yeah.
past me.
was it like things flashing across the road? What was it?
There's 40 more of them.
Yeah, they look in their rear view mirror and there's just like tracer rounds like across like the main highway. Oh,
Oh, epic.
that's the Milsom. That can be the tail Milsom.
That could be the tail
We'll start
Milsom,
CQB, and you got to ruck all the way to the
without getting arrested on
yeah,
the way.
without getting arrested. You'd pretty much be sweet once you got onto Denby Road.
Yeah, you would be, yeah.
But then you got to go back and get your car. So you have to go there and then back.
Can be part of the mission.
Could be.
I'll ring Mark up and I'll be like, hey Mark, what are you doing? Can you just fly the helicopter out here and come pick us up? My legs hurt.
I don't want to walk back. Yeah.
yeah. Ring him at some random hour. What are you doing, mate? You got lights on your helicopter? I'll give you my MVGs.
You could actually make something work there, couldn't you? Could have a 24-hour event between both sites.
100% you could.
Not sure about the walking and getting arrested with armed police.
It'd be cool at one time if we could actually get access to like the whole AMP showground.
Oh, that would be epic, yeah.
Yeah.
Including all the people that are staying on the campsite.
It's NPCs.
They're just in their caravans, there's BBs pinging off the sides.
Yeah. It'd be so good, actually. The entire showgrounds would be great. Be really fun. Because you could do a massive event there.
Yeah.
Just have to be
So
very
varied too.
try like don't shoot the sheep. That's basically it.
Humans go
Humans,
for it, but not the sheep.
NPCs. You're cool, but not the sheep.
Yeah.
And we'll do it when they've got like one of the speedway races on.
Yeah. Playing in the bleachers would be cool. Like, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be
Well, they've got those towers as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, oh man, that'd be cool.
It's got potential.
Yeah, you'd just be up there with your DMR and your night vision.
100%.
Just filter around,
100%.
whiz past your head. Oh, that's Johnny.
The problem is though, there's like only one way up and one way down. So you get like 50 dudes. They're like, he's up there, get him. It's just going to be a nightmare.
You could hold that staircase for a long time.
Maybe.
A few tripwires be good.
Until people start literally biffing grenades.
Yep.
Yeah, it would be interesting. I don't know if they'd go for it.
Not a full showground. They might let us play, to be fair, when there's no speedway on, use the outskirts of the speedway as well, up into the gate.
Yeah.
So that we're not going into the NPC zone. NPC zone. They might let us use it.
It's worth trying.
We wouldn't get any. I don't think we'd get any access to the other buildings, but we could play around all the other structures, and we could probably create our own cover. We do have bunkers.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
just set the full set of bunkers up in the center of the speedway track.
That's like what they've just done with that pro paintball series. Played in a stadium.
Mate, I think about this shit all the time. You have no idea.
So now we're moving to professional speedsoft
Mate,
in the speedway
yeah,
arena.
mate, like,
There is seating as well. There's tiered
dude,
seating.
Dude, there are many conversations to be had.
Oh yeah.
The journey is long.
And it's only just beginning.
Yeah,
with the
it's
bunkers,
literally only
yeah.
beginning. But that's the exciting thing about it. In New Zealand, I think this is actually the most exciting time to start playing Airsoft.
Yeah, I
I've
agree.
played for 12 years, and this is the most excited I've ever been about Airsoft.
Yeah.
Is like now.
Yeah.
We're not out of the woods. There's a lot of work to be done, and it's definitely stressful at times. But there's definitely huge motivation to be like creating opportunities and new things for Airsoft in New Zealand. And the quicker that people like get in behind it, the quicker we can move. That's the biggest thing.
And I want a team at the Nations Cup in 2 years.
Yes.
I've put a 2-year
Dude.
time limit on it.
You need staff.
I do need
I can be staff.
Yeah.
100%.
You can take, what is it? I think you can take 8 players, 4 staff, I think it is.
What was it? 12 players.
12 players and some staff. There's enough for staff as well. Because it's just it's a one entry fee.
I'll fill your mags up, mate. Like, I'll be the water boy.
John is the water boy.
Like, I'll do the donkey work.
Yeah. Well, Sheed's already put his hands up as well. He'll do whatever because he wants to come regardless of whether he's playing or not.
Oh, dude, like, it's all about the experience.
I don't know, because the Aussie team compete all the time, and it's illegal.
It's illegal there.
I know,
That's true.
dude. Like, I know. Like, they literally take the piss out of every country that can play airsoft. Like, they can't even play airsoft in Australia, and they compete at the NSL. Like, come on, guys.
That makes sense.
We really need to get our shit together.
Yeah.
They've been doing it the last, 3 or 4 years? I think they've been competing every year.
Mm-hmm.
They come last, but
better
at
than
least they're
us.
there.
Yeah.
Like, because they have to switch from gel ball to airsoft at the competition because they're not allowed to play in their own country.
Yeah, and gel blasters are nothing like airsoft guns.
Well, they say it. If you watch any like little interviews they do with the Aussie players, they're just like, yeah, we're already at a disadvantage because the gel blasters are so inaccurate and they don't behave the same way as the airsoft guns do. They're like, we don't get to use the airsoft guns until we get to Holland where we play.
Yeah.
And we get about 2 days warm up and that's it. And then we're into it. So it's, and we could do so much better than that from New Zealand. But
Yeah, sometimes you just run into, part of it is like my experience with like Aussie players that have come to our events is they're awesome because for them, they're like, we've come for the experience. So they're all in. They're not like, oh yeah, I play airsoft every week and yeah, like I've come to this event and I expect it to be good and maybe I'll be, grumpy because I'm not having a great time. They're just like locked in. Like they're like, I'm on holiday, man, playing airsoft in New Zealand. This is sick. And that's exactly the level of enthusiasm coming from the guys that have come to our events. And it's like, it's awesome, man. Like,
I nearly did that in Hawke's Bay last week. I got so excited I was going over to Hawke's Bay that I was like, oh, I wonder if AHB have got a game running on Saturday. I'm going to ditch my parents and just go play. So I nearly took my pistol kit with me. But yeah, I don't think my parents
Wouldn't have gone down well.
probably wouldn't have gone down that well. Well, my mum probably wouldn't mind, but Dad might.
she could have come and watched. You got like the towers. She could have got her up there. You watch, mum.
With her face pro on, full face.
Yeah. She'd be proud.
Yeah, she would. She would. Yeah, she loves it.
Yeah.
She
She's
loves.
like, when I was here last month, we came second overall.
Yeah. She knows. I FaceTimed her.
Yeah.
Sunday morning when we were at Triples, I FaceTimed my parents
Yeah.
because I have a regular check-in, but I just happened to be at the Triples. At the
Yeah.
time. My
Get-
mum's all in for herself. She
Getting
knows,
shit done, mum.
She knows how involved I was in the UK. Dad just thinks it's weird, whereas
Yep.
mum's all in.
So your mum would 100% go to the NSL.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
She'd fly out and watch. She'd spend
She'd
the
be
whole
like, "There's
she'd
my
spend the
boy."
whole week there.
He's my boy.
Yeah, yeah, she'd be there, full support.
Yeah. She'd be
She'd have
great.
she'd have team shirt done.
Yeah.
She'd be there. She'd be there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She'd be amazing.
she'd be great.
It'd be great. I'd hang out with your mum.
Yeah,
Awesome.
everybody loves my mum. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So 2 years. 2 years, I think we should just enter anyway and just go and take a ragtag team with us and
Yeah, man.
just for the experience.
Yeah.
It'd be so fun.
It's a fair goal.
We'd all have to massively invest. Like we'd all need to be running like oracles and like Jewed up pistols and
It's the journey though. It's the experience. We, just chipped away at it for a couple of years and here we are, standing at the NSL.
so that 14 million you just won. Invest.
Yes.
You're basically the team sponsor now.
Yep.
Heard it loud and clear.
Team kit supplier. There you go. Say goodbye to your 14
Yeah.
million.
See ya.
On that note,
Logan's committed.
watch this space.
Watch this space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thanks guys. Thanks for coming along and sharing your journey.
Thanks for
Have
having us
fun.
on.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and it is exciting. Like I'm like super pumped to see what happens over the next 2 years. Like, dude, like I hope I hope that we're having a podcast in 2 years talking about like the experience at NSL.
Well, have one at the end. So we can live
Yeah.
stream it.
Dude,
There
yeah,
you go.
yeah. I'd 100% be down for that.
Man, I'd be keen just to go to watch it, even if we're not competing.
Done.
That's my
Yeah.
bag. Like,
Let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go and be a fanboy of the Aussie team.
Yeah,
Just watch them lose, but
Them and the
still
gel
be a bit
blasters,
of a fanboy. Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah. Like I say, they're like putting everyone else to shame,
Mm-hmm.
doing something they can't even do back home, but they get over there and then
They're
get
still
stuck
doing
in.
it. Yep.
Cool. Right. So we will see you guys at the second round of the New Zealand Airsoft League.
Yep. For sure.
Yeah.
We'll
Tickets
be
on
there.
sale this weekend.
Yeah. Well, tickets are live when this comes out.
Oh.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
So I expect the first team to be registered. As
Oh, we were last
Deadshot. Oh, that's good.
Who got number
I
one?
love that.
Somebody got the first ticket. It was Paul. No, Paul. One of us got the first ticket. Number one on the ticket sales.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, you
It
get
wasn't me.
a special price for that.
Without going, Logan, have you bought a fucking ticket
Yeah.
yet? Like,
Yeah. Me messaging Chris being like, you don't officially have a team yet. Still waiting for the rest of them.
You see the fucking messages going out after.
Yeah. Literally 30 seconds later, emailing coming through. Ticket bought.
That's all we need to do.
Chris has had a pep talk.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
Thanks,
stuff.
lads.
Cool.
Until next time.
Later.
We're out.
Later.
Bye.